Hi friends, it's Miss Jennifer at Somerset Academy of Music, and today I'm going to show you how to play the G-flat major scale. That's right, I'm going to take you through and show you how to play the G-flat major scale with all the correct fingerings with both left and right hands together and separately, 1 and 2 octaves. Now, if you'd like just a quick demonstration, I'm going to go through really quickly right now, just hands 1 octave and 2 octaves together. But if you'd like a more in-depth, detailed breakdown, stick around and I will do that, as well as I'm going to share with you a super cool trick that makes this tricky scale so easy. So if you're looking forward to that, stick around and I'll be back in just a second. Right now, let's take a look at the G-flat major scale, 1 octave. This is what it looks like. All right, now let's check that out, 2 octaves. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is the key signature for G-flat major. G-flat major has 6 flats. So since we only have 5 black keys on the piano, this means that one of our flats will indeed be a white key, and that is going to be C flat. Remember, a flat simply means the next key a half step down to the left, and yes indeed, flats can sometimes be white keys. If you would like more information, a detailed explanation of why that happens, I'm going to post a link right here to another video that will explain more than you ever wanted to know why we do call the B, why it is sometimes called a C flat. All right, so let's get back to the key signature. Again, G flat major with its 6 flats. Those 6 flats are going to play as follow. We're going to have B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and finally the infamous C flat. Okay, so I'm going to take you through the right hand notes first. So here we go. Those notes are going to be G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat, F, G flat, G flat, F, E flat, D flat, C flat, B flat, A flat, G flat. Now let's go through the finger numbers, and they are as follows. You start with your 2 on G flat, so 2, 3, 4. You're going to tuck your thumb under to play C flat. 2 on D flat, E with 3. Then your thumb plays F, end on 2. Then back down, it's 2, 1, cross your 3, 2, put your thumb on C flat, cross your 4 to B flat, 3, 2. Okay, I'll go through that a little smoother like this. All right, ready for the trick to make this so easy? Okay, now if you've watched some of my other videos, you probably are aware, perhaps, of my little trick I like to call the spider walk trick. Now what that is, it's not a real musical term, it's just something that I came up with because I think it kind of makes your hand look like a spider walking on the keys. I don't know. If you can come up with a better name, let me know. Okay, so on the piano, the way the piano is designed, we use these 3 fingers on these 3 black keys, and we predominantly use these 2 fingers on these 2 black keys. There are some exceptions to this rule, but not in the scale. We're going to use our thumb to play our 2 white keys, which are C flat and F. Okay, so we're going to take these 3 keys and we're going to play them as a cluster, meaning all together. Then we're going to tuck our thumb under and play our C flat. We're going to play these 2 keys as a cluster, and then tuck our thumb under to play the F as a single note, and then this as a cluster. Then we're going to go back down the same way. Now the reason why this is helpful is because it helps you very easily remember what fingers to cross and where to put your thumb. The white keys you're going to notice are going to be the 2 white keys that are closest to the 3 group. So we're going to skip these 2 white keys that are close to the black keys. So when we think of it that way, if we know our 4th finger only goes on the 3 group of black keys and we never put on the 2 group, then as we're playing along the scale, it makes it really easy to determine what to cross over and what to not cross over and where to put our thumb. So if I play these same notes that I've been playing in a cluster, but play them individually, separately, then it makes it really easy to remember the fingering and the notes. So I'm going to play each one of these notes separately. Then I know that my thumb goes on the white key that's closest to this 3 group. Then I know that these 2 fingers go on this group. And I know that I'm going to tuck my thumb all the way under so that it's on the white key closest to this 3 group. And then I'm really just going to go to this note because I don't need to play these other 2. But they're there as a helpful reminder. Now on the way down, this is where it gets really helpful. So I know I'm going to play this white key. Then when I get here and I'm like, what do I cross? I know I have to cross my 3 because I've got 2 black keys to play here. And I'm not going to cross my 4 because I know not to put my 4th finger on this group. So I'm going to put these 2 keys right here. I'm going to set them up before I play any of the notes. My thumb plays the white key close to the 3 group. And then I'm going to prepare these 3 fingers by going ahead and setting them on the 3 black keys as I know that they are assigned. Like that. So when we break it apart this way, you don't even have to think about what notes or fingers to use because it's just obvious. Now the left hand works the same way. Let's play it first as a cluster. So we're going to cluster these 3. We know our thumb goes on the note, the white key closest to the 3 group. I know I don't put my 4th finger on this group like this, so I know it has to be these 2 fingers. And again, white key closest to the 3 group. Now when you get here, you can bring your hand all the way over to play the cluster, but since we're only playing G flat, if you want to just do that, that's fine either. I don't care which way you do it. Back down, again, cluster, and cluster. Okay, now let's break it apart. So we know these 3 fingers go here. We're not using our pinky at all, by the way. Did you notice that the pinky's on vacation for the scale? It's not used at all. Okay, so let's break these clusters apart like this. Our thumb goes on the white key closest to the 3 group. We know not to cross our 4 here. We're going to cross our 3. We're going to set these 2 fingers up before we even play one of them. We know our thumb goes on this white key. And then again, we're going to make our choice here whether we're going to cross just our 2, or you can cross your 4 if that makes you feel better. If you're going to do more than 1 octave, then you're definitely going to want to cross your 4 to keep going. But if we're only doing 1 octave, we're just going to use whatever finger feels comfortable. You could even use your 3 if you wanted to. Okay, then on the way back down, white key is close to the 3 group. I know to put these 2 fingers here. My white key is closest to the 3 group. Set my last fingers. Okay, and it works the same when we put it together, especially because the thumbs play at the same time. So here's my cluster set up. Just play them individually. Put my thumb on the white key closest to the 3 group. Set my fingers up in the cluster. Play them separately. I go to the white key that's closest to the 3 group. And then here I make my choice about my left hand. I'm just going to G flat, coming back down, set my fingers in their cluster, put my thumb on the white key. I know which one it is. It's easy. Set your fingers in the cluster. So smoother. Now, once you know this trick, it's so easy to play 2 or more octaves because we're just going to follow the pattern that we learned with our clusters, and we know where the white keys go. We don't even have to think about what notes they are, right? We're just playing these clusters and sticking our thumbs on the appropriate white keys, which is the C flat and the F. Okay, so now let's break it apart, and you've got your 2 octave scale. Right, so easy. Here we go. G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat. Set your clusters up. D flat, E flat, F. Set your fingers. G flat, A flat, B flat, C flat. Set them up. D flat, E flat, F, and then make your choice. I like to use 2 here if I'm only doing 2 octaves. G flat, F, E flat, D flat, C flat. Set your fingers before you play. B flat, A flat, G flat. Thumbs on F. Set your fingers. E flat, D flat, C flat, B flat, A flat, G flat. Here it is more smoothly. So honestly, before I discovered this trick, my students would really struggle with the scale and others like it. F sharp. This also works for C sharp and D flat. Works a little bit with B major too. But these are kind of tricky scales for students. But using this trick, they become the most easy scales you've ever played. So let me know what you think about the trick and about this scale, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. And before you go, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.